What's up, everybody on YouTube? How's everybody doing? I'm doing just fine, doing awesome actually. So today, welcome to a Let's Build. Yes, a Minecraft building Let's Build. I decided to do one of these because I feel like I really want to get more into the building on my channel instead of like doing things that I'm not good at. So I'd rather do things that I am good at and like building, for instance, and teaching you guys how to build. So that's why I'm posting more tutorials and more like in-depth tutorials, and now I'm going to be posting this Let's Build. And this Let's Build is going to be kind of where we just build in creative and we talk about different things and occasionally talk about the build, different ideas. So yeah, we're going to be building a castle today. I found a perfect map for building a castle. It's going to be a pretty cool map. It's not perfect, but it'll be, you know, small enough to where we could do continuous Let's Builds on it. It is an island. We can just check this out. I think I can fly faster if I run and sprint. Like if I'm sprinting like this. There we go. So I'm going to fly around this island right here. And as you can see, this is just an island. Like it's just an island with a couple of hills on it, which is kind of ideal for a castle. Because, you know, this is going to limit us to what we can do on a tiny island, and we wanted to keep it to scale with the island itself. So we don't want to make a giant castle, but we're making a medium-sized castle, and it'll look pretty cool. Oh, I ran out of sprint power. But anyway, so yeah. First thing I want to do is choose a location to where we could build this. We can either build it on this hill, right here, which is what I'm actually looking at the most, because what we can do for like future Let's Builds is put like little boats out here for the castle, which would actually be pretty cool. Also, what we could do is we could put it on this hill, and we have this little kind of like ready-made moat already happening. So you can see over here, let me just float down real quick. As you can kind of see like this little indent in the land where a river could possibly be, and it goes all the way around this little hill and connects up with this. And then what we could do is put like a little bridge here, make the water flow under, and there you go. We could put a castle right on that hill. And we can make little like towers around it that bridges connect to it and all that fun stuff. So, I don't know which one to do. So, what we're going to do is we're not going to start building the castle today. You guys, I want you guys to let me know, should we build it on this hill or should we build it on that hill? And then in the next episode, you guys can tell me, I'll look at the comments and stuff. And if I don't get any comments, then I'll just decide myself. But if you guys want to choose, you guys can choose either that hill or this hill. Point A, this will be hill A, and that hill over there will be hill B. So if you guys want to vote, that's how we'll go with about things. But first thing I want to talk about in this video is choosing the blocks that we're going to use for the castle. Obviously, there are mandatory blocks for a castle. Like obviously we're not going to use quartz. That would be kind of silly. I mean, unless you want to build like a white castle, I think that would actually look pretty cool, but we're not going to be doing that. We're going to go with the generic Let's Build a Castle series and be boring as usual. So let's do some stone brick. That's the generic castle look. You know, we pretty much got that down. Let's do time set day. Very good. Just so we have a little daylight here. So we have, let me turn this volume down. What the heck, man? What the heck? There we go. I don't want it to be too loud. So we got the stone brick, generic stone brick, cobblestone. You know, that's pretty good block to use for when you're building a castle. Now we need to choose a type of wood. And we're kind of surrounded by oak trees. So we're going to go with oak wood. Pretty generic, I know. But we're just going to keep this as simple as possible. And then, in addition to those, we can add, you know, behind this, the slabs and the stairs, because that's just an extension of what we could do with that block. I'm actually going to turn this way, because it looks pretty. So, what else do we have here? We can use probably white glass. I mean, the glass isn't really important when you're doing a block palette, so yeah, it's not really that important. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Now I usually like to choose a secondary wood, And I'm going to go with spruce in this case because oak and spruce wood complement each other very nicely. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing I did here. I'm just going to go like this. And then that, you know, you can kind of see where these two complement each other very nicely. So I'm going to keep that as is. I'm going to delete my inventory here. There we go. And now I'm going to go to get some stone brick stairs, some cobblestone walls. I'm also going to get some, you know, stone brick slabs. I'm going to get some cobblestone slabs and cobblestone stairs. And I'm going to do the same thing like I'm doing here. Now, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want to be able to easily grab blocks, so I don't have to keep going back in my inventory to grab the blocks. They're just right here, all the blocks I need, and I don't really have to like search through my inventory and go nuts, and it makes building a lot quicker. It's a very good tip if you're trying to build. It makes it for a very, very, very good progress on your build because you don't have to spend time looking for blocks. You just already know what you're building. So now we need to choose a color for your castle. Now, what I mean by this is, you know, look at your wool, look at your, you know, stained clay, and choose a color that will suit your castle nicely. Because obviously we're going to add some flags, and we're going to add some, lovely, like little, you know, decorations to our castle, and add some color in between the towers. So that's going to make it look very nice, and it's going to add some detail to it and make it look cooler to look at. Especially with our roofs, I like to do, when I do castle roofs with like pointy tops, or tower roofs even, I like to do them with like wool because it makes it look really nice and it adds a little color to the what's it called, to the build. Alright, so the color I'm going to be choosing for this is actually going to be red. I'm going to go with the generic red, and I'm going to choose a secondary color. You're going to want to do that as well, just because more color the better. Sometimes, not in all builds. And yeah, this is pretty much our color palette here. This is how we are going to go about things. There we go. This is how we're going to go about things when building this build. We're going to be using spruce wood, oak wood logs, cobblestone, stone brick, red wool, and white wool. Now, I could obviously change these colors. You know, you guys can do the same. You don't have to go with the same colors that I'm going with. I could go with, you know, let's say cyan and light gray wool. Anything that contrasts very nicely with each other usually is what you want to go with. Don't be afraid to use these as flags as well. You know, on my other city that I have, I use this blue and this yellow, just because I think these look okay together. I mean, you know, it looks better than this, I would say. You know, this is not as grand as, you know, this yellow. Like, this yellow is more gold. So it's all about a matter of opinion. Whatever you like, you might not like what I build, and that's perfectly fine as long as you get the idea. So we could go with like purple and black. That could make for a cool combination. You know, I've done that before with a castle. You know, pink, I don't really recommend doing pink, but if you want to, go right ahead. Gray wool, and let's say brown. I mean, that doesn't look too shabby. But then again, you kind of want to add more color. So gray is, you know, we already have gray, and brown, we already have brown. So those colors wouldn't really work, but if, you know, you like it, then go right ahead. Orange and, let's say black really go well. I did this for Wubsy's Castle on Wubsycraft, on the Wubsycraft server. Now you might think like this might look good together, and it probably does. So I haven't tried it. You know, there's different things. Don't take my word on it. You can, you know, just mess around with it yourself, and come up with combinations. Now, if you want to go for like a neutral color, like that kind of like goes with the surface of the earth, I recommend going with the same clay, just because it looks really nice. Because it just adds, just like that, not bright color. It adds like it adds color, but not in like a strong way. So if that's what you're going for, then I recommend that. Like even these colors, I think would go together pretty nicely, because they're just neutral and they're just nice. They're kind of like faded out, and they like some of them are faded out. Some of them are dark. like a darker. Like these, this could look nice together. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm gonna go with could go with that. Nah, I don't really like that. Yeah, it's all about, you know, just picking out what you want to do. Could go with that. That looks pretty good. And as I said, don't be afraid to use these as, you know, color and stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is or your flags and everything, because, you know, wool, you know, these are color as long as it brings color. Say if you're doing a flag with this, I like to do my flags like this. Yeah, I think they're like 7 blocks. Obviously, this would be up on a building. Just imagine it being up on a building. You know, this isn't the finished product. Obviously, it's really quick, kind of little thing here. Yeah, this is terrible, but you know, it works, right? It works. And then you kind of, you know, imagine it was up on the building, and this was against the wall, and you're looking at it like this. Okay, so that's how it'd be, right? So there you go. Okay. So, you know, you can still use these as flags. And you also have the ones that kind of come up like so, and then they, you know, flow back like this. You separate the colors, and there you go. Got a nice little flag there. So it still works. Like even though it's like a hard, technically it would be a hard block. In realistic terms, it would probably still. It just works in Minecraft because, you know, nobody's gonna be looking at it closely and be like, hey, well, it's a hard block, it can't flow in the wind like that. You know, that's stupid. Some people will. I've had people say that, like, oh, it looks weird because it's not. No, you don't look at it in realistic terms. Look at it as like, oh, yeah, that's flowing in the wind. That's a flag. And it's just made out of a different material. So, because we don't have many colors in Minecraft. We have a couple. But these are more like, you know, faded out and look nice colors. Let me see here. Oh no, I'm still trying to choose a color here. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. That was just color palettes and stuff, and really simple tutorial. Let me know, should we build on this mountain or that mountain? And then we'll get building. I really have nothing else to say in this video. I'm going to set up stations for building in between these videos. Just let me know where you guys want to build, and we'll get started on that in episode 2. Hopefully you got your block palette laid out. I mean, I know it was kind of confusing, but yeah, this is pretty generic. So if this is your first time building a castle in Minecraft, then I recommend, you know, you just kind of, you know, follow this because this is pretty basic. All right, so I'm gonna go. I will see you guys in part 2 of Let's Build a Castle. And as always, don't forget to be awesome, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.